I recently spent a morning out on one of my favorite greater sage-grouse leks in central Montana. You have to get there early, so I spent a lot of time just listening to them in the dark. Since it was too dark to take any photographs, I mostly just stuck to taking some video through the blue hour while I waited for enough light. While not technically speaking a great photo, I did take a few frames during the blue hour, as I liked how the pop of color from the yellow on the grouse contrasted with the blue light. As it got closer to sunrise, the blue faded from the landscape and I could start to see even more grouse out on the lek. There were over 50 in the lek this morning, which was good to see since it was up a little from last year. Sage-grouse usually choose to lek on an area of flat open ground. As is the case with this lek, I often find sage-grouse leks located on prairie dog towns. The rodents keep the grass cut down. You may be able to make out the white reflectors on the fence in the background. Wildlife services and other partners work to add these reflectors to fences in areas where grouse are present to keep them from flying into the wires. This is cattle country, so you may hear some of the cows mooing in the background. The male grouse are always fighting for the best position on the lek, which helps them have the best opportunities to mate with the females. Which if you blinked, you may have just missed seeing. These photos were actually from later in the morning when the sun was higher, but I thought I would include them here since we are talking about the males fighting on the lek. You may have noticed the behavior of this female grouse, indicating that she was ready to mate. She will kind of hunker down a bit, spread her wings, presenting herself to the male. The male seems to be too distracted to notice. But finally he did get the hint. Of course the other males are not too happy about this. Sometimes the females don't seem interested at all and will walk all the way across the lek, passing by all the displaying males despite their best efforts. I slowed down this footage here so you can hopefully get a better view of the male grouse inflating the yellow air sacs on his chest that he uses to make the sage-grouse's distinctive sound. As the morning goes on, eventually things slow down on the lek, and they all take off and disperse for the day. But most of them will return tomorrow morning to do it all over again. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. I will also include links to my website in the description, where you can see more about visiting Sage-Grouse Leks in central Montana. You may also want to consider checking out these other videos I have posted on my channel.